Welcome to the Karate Dojo. Today we're going to be talking about tying our belt. The Japanese word for karate belt is an obi. And I'm going to be tying it on myself first, and then I'm going to be tying it on a student so you can see if you're helping someone else how to do that. So the first thing you'll notice when you open up your belt is that it's super long, and you might think, man, this belt is way too big for me, but that's okay, it's supposed to be long. We're actually going to double wrap it around our waist. And so what I want to do, let's say it just came out of the bag, is that I want to even up the ends and trace down so I find the middle. And so I'm going to open it up. The middle is going to go on my belly button, and I'm going to go back behind me. I'm going to turn so you can see, but I'm going to cross it in the back. Right, so we're doing something like this, and now I have two ends coming over, and there's two knots to tie. And so the first one is I'm going to take my right side, and I'm going to take it towards my patch. My patch side is going to come over the top, and I want to bring it up underneath both levels. And so this is going to come up underneath both, and that's kind of what keeps it all together. And I'm just going to kind of even out. That's our knot number one. I'm going to take the side on my right, that's the side with no patch, and I want to bring it over the top of the left. And that end is going to come up under and through that hole. So now I have kind of a weird looking knot. I need to tighten it up. When I tighten it up, I don't want to pull it down or up and down. I want to pull it side to side, and then it pretties up the knot so that it looks good. So that's kind of tying it on yourself. This is one of those things that you need to practice quite a bit before we're real comfortable with it. But you'll do really well if you just practice it a few times, and it's going to look good, and you'll be real confident with that. Now you might be helping your student or someone else tie their belt, and so it's a little bit different when you're trying to do it on someone else, so we want to demonstrate that for us. Joining us today is Soren. He's going to help us with our belt tying. And so his belt is, again, it looks like it might be too long for him, but we're going to do a double wrap. And so I'm finding both ends, just like I did on myself. I'm going to pull it through and find that middle, and he's going to hold his hands out like this. I'm going to turn just a little bit so you guys can see, but I'm facing him, and I'll put that halfway point right where his belly button is. Again, just like I did before on myself, I'm going to cross behind and pull it through, and now I have the two ends. It works really good to use your thumb. I'm just going to kind of hold it in place here, and the patch side is going to come over the top, and I'm going to work it up underneath, again, both those levels, so it kind of keeps all of our belt together. And then pretty it up a little bit. I don't want this belt to be too tight around him. It should be very loose, but the knot itself should be tight. And so I'm going to take from his right side, I'm going to put it over the top from his belt side, and I'm going to bring it up through this hole. So this is just going to continue through, and I want to tie it side to side and give it a little pop. And so now it's loose on him. We can push it down a little bit, but the knot itself is tight. And when you get done, you should have what looks like a little fortune cookie, or it also resembles an arrow pointing to the patch side. And so that's tying your belt.